Hello, dear viewers, and a very warm welcome back to our channel. Today we're delving into a topic that has captivated the public imagination for centuries, the intricate world of the British monarchy, specifically focusing on the fascinating dynamic between two of its most prominent female figures, Her Majesty, Queen Camilla, and Her Royal Highness, Princess Catherine. We often see them gracing our screens and newspapers, impeccably dressed, radiating an air of composure and unity. They smile for the cameras, they stand together on historic balconies, they participate in countless public engagements side by side. But beneath the surface of these polished appearances, what is truly transpiring between the new queen and the future queen? In the highly scrutinized world of royalty, where every gesture, every expression, and every public interaction is meticulously choreographed and analyzed, the unspoken language of the body often tells a story far more profound and nuanced than any official statement or carefully crafted press release. Today, we're going to embark on a journey of observation, dissecting the subtle, often subconscious, signals that emanate from Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine when they are together. We'll explore how their physical interactions might just be revealing the hidden truths of their relationship. Before we embark on this intriguing analysis, do remember to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel for more insightful content, and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your engagement truly helps us continue bringing you these deep dives into the stories that matter. Now let's unpack the silent dialogue that unfolds between these two influential women. The monarchy, after all, operates on image, on perception, and on the delicate balance of tradition and modernity. Every smile is practiced, every wave is perfected, and every interaction that is weighed for its symbolic significance. Yet the human body, in its rawest form, possesses an uncanny honesty. It frequently betrays our innermost thoughts and feelings, even when our conscious minds are striving to present a different narrative. If we know precisely where to direct our gaze, we can begin to decipher the true narrative etched in their gestures, a narrative that is often far more intricate and revealing than any official palace communique. Let us begin with our first crucial signal, a phenomenon known as mirroring. Signal number 1, the mirroring mystery. The echoes of connection or a calculated performance. Mirroring is a deeply ingrained human behavior, an almost primal form of social synchronicity. When individuals are genuinely in sync, when they feel a strong sense of rapport or connection, they instinctively and subconsciously begin to mimic each other's body language. This can manifest in a myriad of ways: tilting their heads at a similar angle, adopting a comparable posture, using parallel hand gestures, or even clapping in unison. On the surface, when we observe Princess Catherine and Queen Camilla engaging in this behavior, it often conveys a powerful message of agreement, harmony, and a robust bond. It suggests that they are on the same page, that they share an understanding, and that their relationship is one of mutual respect and perhaps even affection. However, as with all things in the royal sphere, a more discerning eye is required. The devil, as they say, is in the details, particularly in the subtle timings and initiations of these mirrored actions. While simultaneous mirroring speaks volumes about immediate rapport, what happens when there's a slight delay? Watch closely, dear viewers. Sometimes, one royal figure will initiate a particular gesture or posture, perhaps a shift in weight, a subtle smile, or a particular hand movement, and the other will follow suit, but with a perceptible, albeit brief, delay. This isn't necessarily a sign of discord. Rather, it often signifies a nuanced power dynamic, a subtle dance of influence and deference. Consider the implications. When one person consistently initiates the mirroring and the other consistently follows, even if respectfully, it can subtly reveal who is taking the lead in the interaction. It suggests a certain level of observation and adaptation from the follower, acknowledging the lead's position or influence. In the context of the monarchy, where roles and hierarchies are so clearly defined, this slight delay can be incredibly telling. Is it a conscious act of deference from the princess to the queen, acknowledging Camilla's seniority and current position as monarch? Or is it a more organic response, indicative of a natural interpersonal dynamic that sees one person as the primary driver of the interaction? For instance, if Queen Camilla adjusts her stance, and a moment later, Princess Catherine subtly mirrors that adjustment, it could be interpreted as a respectful acknowledgement of the Queen's presence and position. Conversely, if Princess Catherine were to initiate more frequently, it might suggest a burgeoning confidence or a more assertive, albeit still respectful presence within the royal firm. This subtle interplay, this power dance, as we might call it, offers a fascinating glimpse into the unspoken communication between them, revealing not just agreement, but also the intricate layers of their respective roles and influences within the royal family. It's a testament to the idea that even in seemingly unified displays, the nuances of timing can speak volumes about underlying dynamics. Moving on to our second revealing signal, one that speaks volumes in crowded public settings. Signal number 2, the battle for space, proximity, distance, and the unseen walls. In the highly orchestrated environment of royal engagements, especially on a bustling balcony or during a walkabout amongst crowds, personal space becomes an invaluable commodity. The way individuals position themselves relative to one another in such confined or high-pressure situations can be incredibly insightful, acting as a barometer for their comfort levels and the true nature of their relationship. This is where we observe proxemics in action, the study of how people use space to communicate. When we see Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine, how do they navigate the shared, often limited physical space? Is there a genuine closeness, a natural tendency for their shoulders to almost touch? For them to stand comfortably side by side, indicating an unforced warmth, mutual trust, and a sense of easy companionship? This kind of relaxed proximity often suggests a deep, underlying comfort and a shared sense of camaraderie that transcends their formal roles. It speaks to a relationship where both parties feel secure and connected, unburdened by tension or awkwardness. Conversely, we must also look for the subtle indicators of distance. Is there a faint lean away, a slight angling of the body that creates a barely perceptible gap between them? Perhaps one's feet are subtly pointed towards an exit, a classic nonverbal cue suggesting a desire to disengage, to move away, or even to escape the immediate interaction. These seemingly tiny, almost imperceptible movements can be incredibly revealing. They might suggest an underlying tension, a discomfort in the other's presence, or perhaps, most tellingly, a purely formal, for the cameras relationship, where the outward appearance of unity is meticulously maintained, but the unspoken truth is one of polite distance rather than genuine closeness. Imagine a scenario on a crowded balcony during a momentous public celebration. If the two women are positioned shoulder to shoulder, perhaps even occasionally brushing arms, their gazes aligned towards the crowd, it paints a picture of unified strength and genuine partnership. However, if one is consistently positioned slightly behind the other, or if there's a noticeable, consistent gap between them, even when space allows for closer proximity, it raises questions. Does this suggest a subtle psychological barrier? A desire to maintain a professional distance rather than fostering a personal connection? Furthermore, observe how they manage objects in their personal space. Does a handbag or a clutch become a subtle barrier, held front and center, creating a physical divide? This leads us directly into our fourth signal, but it's an important component of the battle for space as well. The conscious or subconscious use of space is a powerful, non-verbal declaration. It can scream volumes about whether the relationship is one of warm, trusting alliance, or merely a functional, formal arrangement dictated by their royal duties. The subtle negotiation of inches, therefore, can be far more telling than any grand public declaration. Let's now consider our third crucial indicator, one that often cuts through any practiced smile. Signal number 3, the eye contact, windows to the soul, or veils of politeness. Eye contact is perhaps one of the most powerful and universally understood forms of nonverbal communication. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and in the high-stakes world of royal interactions, this adage holds particular weight. When Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine engage in conversation, the nature of their eye contact can betray a wealth of information about the depth and authenticity of their connection. Is their eye contact warm and sustained? Does it linger for those few extra seconds that communicate genuine interest, attentiveness, and a desire for meaningful engagement? When two people maintain comfortable, consistent eye contact during a conversation, It typically signifies sincerity, respect, and a deep level of connection. It suggests that they are truly listening to one another, that they value the interaction, and that there is an underlying sense of warmth and understanding between them. This kind of sustained gaze is a hallmark of genuine conversation, where thoughts and feelings are truly exchanged, not merely pleasantries. Or conversely, is their eye contact a series of brief, fleeting glances? Do their eyes dart away quickly, perhaps focusing on something else in the environment? Or settling on a point just past the other person's shoulder? This kind of intermittent, evasive eye contact is often characteristic of polite but ultimately meaningless small talk. It suggests a lack of deep engagement, perhaps discomfort, or even a desire to avoid a deeper connection. When individuals struggle to maintain eye contact, it can indicate anything from shyness or anxiety to disinterest, distrust, or even dishonesty. In a royal context where composure is paramount, a consistent lack of direct eye contact, even amidst broad smiles, can be a significant red flag. Think about it. A smile can be a mask, a social convention adopted for the cameras and the public. But the eyes are far more difficult to conceal. They reveal genuine emotion, or the lack thereof. If a royal figure is smiling broadly but her eyes are constantly shifting, avoiding a direct gaze with the person she's supposedly conversing with, it raises questions about the sincerity of that interaction. It suggests that while the outward display is one of cordiality, the internal reality might be one of detachment or even unease. In the context of Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine, a consistent pattern of fleeting glances, despite public smiles and proximity, could reveal a lack of deep personal connection. It might indicate that their interactions, though frequent and public, remain largely formal and superficial, rather than evolving into a truly warm and supportive relationship. This isn't to say that all brief eye contact is negative. Sometimes it's cultural or situational. But a pattern of avoidance, particularly when juxtaposed with an expectation of closeness, becomes a powerful, silent commentary on their true rapport. Finally, let's explore our fourth and perhaps most telling signal: the barrier gestures. Signal number 4. The barrier gestures. Unconscious shields and hidden defenses. Our bodies have an innate subconscious way of protecting us, both physically and emotionally. When we feel uncomfortable, defensive, or guarded in a social interaction, our bodies often respond by creating physical barriers between ourselves and the perceived source of discomfort. These barrier gestures are incredibly potent nonverbal cues, often betraying our true feelings even when our words and smiles attempt to convey something entirely different. When observing Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine, look for these telltale signs. Does one of them subtly cross her arms while listening to the other, even if the gesture is softened by holding a hand to an elbow rather than a full, defiant cross? Crossing arms is a classic self-protective posture, often indicating that a person feels closed off, defensive, or perhaps even resistant to what is being communicated. It's a physical manifestation of putting up a wall. Another common and significant barrier gesture, particularly for women in public life, is the way they handle their handbag or clutch. Does one of them clutch her handbag tightly in front of her body, almost like a shield? This isn't just about fashion or practicality. It's a subconscious act of creating a physical barrier, a protective buffer between herself and the environment or the person she's interacting with. It can signal feelings of vulnerability, anxiety, or a desire to maintain a safe emotional distance. Beyond these common examples, barrier gestures can also include other subtle actions. Perhaps one adjusts her clothing repeatedly, creating a momentary shield with her hands. Or maybe she touches her neck or fusses with jewelry in a way that draws her hands up towards her torso, inadvertently forming a partial barrier. These are all subconscious self-protective gestures that can indicate an underlying feeling of discomfort, defensiveness, or being guarded in the other's presence. They suggest that despite the outward show of unity and cooperation, there might be an internal struggle or a lack of complete ease within the relationship. In the context of royal duties, where every public appearance is a performance, These barrier gestures are particularly revealing precisely because they are often subconscious. While a royal figure can meticulously control her smile, her words, and even her posture, these instinctive protective actions often slip through the cracks of conscious control. They are raw, honest signals from the limbic system, the part of our brain responsible for emotions and survival instincts, bypassing the frontal lobe's desire for polite composure. If, for example, Princess Catherine consistently adopts a more closed-off posture when Queen Camilla is speaking, or vice versa, it suggests that one or both feel less than completely open or comfortable in the other's company. It's a silent admission that despite their shared royal journey and public displays of unity, there might be an underlying layer of caution or emotional distance. These gestures, therefore, provide a crucial counterpoint to the carefully curated image, offering a glimpse into the unfiltered emotional landscape of their interactions. The unspoken truths of the crown. As we conclude our deep dive into the silent language spoken between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine, it becomes abundantly clear that while the monarchy meticulously crafts its public image, the human body often carries a deeper, more authentic narrative. Every practiced smile, every perfected wave, every carefully chosen outfit contributes to the official story, the narrative that the institution wishes to convey to the world. But the body, in its raw honesty, truly doesn't lie. By understanding and observing these four crucial signals, the timing and initiation of mirroring, the subtle negotiation of personal space, the sincerity or evasiveness of eye contact, and the presence of barrier gestures, we gain a unique lens through which to view the dynamics within the royal family. These aren't just isolated observations. They are threads in a rich tapestry of nonverbal communication that, when woven together, paint a picture far more complex and nuanced than any official palace statement could ever hope to articulate. The relationship between the current queen and the future queen consort is not merely a personal one. It is of immense symbolic importance to the stability and public perception of the monarchy itself. Their unity, or any perceived lack thereof, resonates deeply with the public and can influence the broader narrative surrounding the institution. Therefore, deciphering these secret signals offers us a fascinating, albeit speculative, insight into the true nature of their bond and its potential implications for the royal family's future. This ongoing drama, unfolding in plain sight yet often unnoticed, certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the intricate human connections that exist even within the most formal and traditional of institutions. What are your thoughts on this fascinating interplay? Have you noticed any of these signals in their public appearances? Do you interpret them differently? We would love to hear your perspectives and observations in the comment section below. Your insights add so much to our collective understanding. Don't forget to like this video if you found our analysis compelling. Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive content on the royal family and beyond, and hit that notification bell so you're always informed when we publish a new video. Thank you for joining us on this intriguing journey of observation and analysis. We look forward to seeing you in our next celebrity update, where we'll continue to explore the stories that shape our world. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.